George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Christopher Columbus. These names resonate through American history. Their faces grace our currency, their monuments stand tall in our capital city. We learn their stories in school, celebrating their achievements. But what connects these figures beyond their places in the national narrative? What surprising links bind the surveyor-turned-general, the prairie lawyer-turned-president, and the Genoese explorer? Their stories, though separated by time, intertwine in a fascinating tapestry of ambition, courage, and a commitment to shaping a world anew. Examining their lives reveals a surprising web of connections, highlighting how these men, each in their own way, laid the foundation for the United States. Their individual pursuits, though separated by decades and even centuries, ultimately contributed to the shared narrative of a nation. George Washington, a man of action rather than lofty words, stands as the embodiment of early American leadership. He wasn't a scholar like Jefferson or a fiery orator like Patrick Henry, but his strength lay in his unwavering commitment to the cause of liberty. Washington's leadership during the Revolutionary War was essential in securing independence. He held together a fledgling army against a mighty empire, navigating not only the battlefield, but also the treacherous waters of nascent nationhood. His presidency further cemented his place as a founding father. Washington established precedents that shaped the office for centuries to come. He understood the delicate balance of power, emphasizing the importance of a strong central government while remaining wary of tyranny. Washington's farewell address, warning against political factions and foreign entanglements, served as a guiding document for the young nation, emphasizing unity and self-reliance. Abraham Lincoln, born into a humble log cabin, rose to become perhaps the most revered figure in American history. He inherited a nation on the brink of collapse, torn apart by the issue of slavery. Lincoln, a man of deep moral conviction, saw the preservation of the Union as paramount. He believed in the ideals upon which America was founded, that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. Lincoln often looked to Washington as a source of inspiration. He admired Washington's unwavering commitment to unity and his ability to navigate complex political landscapes. During the Civil War, Lincoln frequently referred to Washington's writings and speeches, seeking guidance from the past to navigate the present. Lincoln, like Washington, understood that leadership demanded not only strength, but also compassion and a willingness to compromise, even amidst the turmoil of war. Christopher Columbus, the explorer who dared to challenge the known world, forever altered the course of history. While his voyages were later marred by controversy and the devastating impact they had on indigenous populations, there's no denying his voyages opened up the Western Hemisphere to European exploration and colonization. Columbus's arrival in the Americas in 1492 marked a turning point, ushering in an era of global exchange and transformation. The consequences of Columbus's voyages were far-reaching, leading to the exchange of goods, ideas, and people between the Old World and the New. This exchange, though fraught with conflict and exploitation, ultimately laid the groundwork for the emergence of the United States. The vast lands discovered by Columbus became the canvas upon which the American experiment would be painted. A tapestry of influence. At first glance, the connections between Washington, Lincoln, and Columbus might seem tenuous, yet upon closer examination, a clear line of influence emerges. Columbus's voyages opened up the possibility of a new world, a land free from the constraints of Europe. This vision, though initially driven by imperial ambitions, resonated with those seeking religious freedom, economic opportunity, and a chance to build a new society. These settlers, fleeing persecution and seeking a fresh start, laid the foundation for the American colonies. It was from this melting pot of cultures and ideals that figures like Washington and Lincoln would emerge. They inherited the legacy of Columbus, a legacy both promising and problematic, and shaped it into a nation built on the principles of liberty, self-governance, and equality. Shared values, enduring impact. Despite their differences in background, era, and even morality, Washington, Lincoln, and Columbus were all driven by a shared set of values. They believed in the power of exploration, whether it was charting new territories or navigating the uncharted waters of a new form of government. They were all visionaries, men who dared to dream of a different future and possessed the courage to pursue those dreams, even in the face of adversity. Their impact on the United States is undeniable. Washington established the framework for American democracy. Lincoln preserved it through its darkest hour. And Columbus, though a controversial figure, inadvertently set the stage for its very existence. Their stories, though distinct, are interwoven into the fabric of American history, reminding us of the complex and often contradictory nature of nation building. Beyond the monuments. While we often revere these figures in marble and stone, it's crucial to remember that they were human beings, flawed and complex. Washington was a slave owner, a fact that casts a shadow over his legacy. Lincoln, though celebrated for ending slavery, grappled with the morality of the institution throughout his life. Columbus, hailed as a hero for centuries, is now a lightning rod for criticism due to his role in the colonization and exploitation of indigenous peoples. Examining these figures through a critical lens, acknowledging both their triumphs and their shortcomings, allows for a more nuanced understanding of American history. It reminds us that the past is not a static monument, but a living narrative, constantly being reinterpreted and reevaluated. An unfinished narrative. The stories of Washington, Lincoln, and Columbus, though etched in history books, are not relegated to the past. Their legacies continue to shape the United States today. The ideals they championed, liberty, unity, the pursuit of a more perfect union, remain central to the American identity. Yet, these ideals remain aspirational, goals to strive towards rather than achievements set in stone. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, facing challenges both familiar and unprecedented, it's worth reflecting on the lessons of these iconic figures. Their stories remind us that the pursuit of a more perfect union is an ongoing process, one that demands courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the principles of justice and equality. The narrative they helped shape is far from over. It's a story that each generation must continue to write. If you like history facts, hit the like button and subscribe for more history insights.